Hi everyone, I'm Rhonda from Joy Junktique, and I'm so glad you're here. Today I want to share with you my latest design team project for the Graphics Fairy Premium Membership website. And I was actually inspired by memories of my dad. So he grew up on the beach and loved the water, loved to sail, and he absolutely loved Christmas. So whenever I found the Cape Cod Christmas kit, I just knew I had to do something with it. I ended up using 2 of the window envelopes that look like this, and I copy dyed them, and then I joined them together with the flaps, so that made my base. And with the window envelope there, that gave me the option to create shaker cards for the front and the back. So I took out this cellophane and decided to use transparency film that would make it more sturdy. So once I got the cellophane out, I printed the images that I wanted to use for my front and back covers, and I added some glitter accents in there. And then I added the transparency over the top, and before I glued the top shut, I sprinkled some more glitter inside so that it would make a nice little shaker card. And so once I had gotten that shaker card made, I just glued it inside of that envelope and then trimmed it out with this pretty lace frame that I had cut from one of the end papers. And then I also added muslin to the spine and to the back side and cut the frame out of that. And then I added a little muslin here just to bring that color to the front. I added these beautiful little sequin snowflakes that I backed with snowy tulle and some cheesecloth. And then on the back side, I just added this really pretty little picket fence piece that I had. And then I added these pretty little ornaments here that I got from the German Christmas market. These were in that kit, so I'll show you. This is what the kit looks like, but then it also has these additional pieces that you can print out. And so I made some ornaments with those and just embellished them. And here's some more that I added in this little clear pocket. So I just added glass glitter to those, and I think they turned out really pretty. So these could be used in the journal or on a little Christmas tree. I think they'd be sweet. And then I wrapped it with this rope to keep it closed and just hooked on one of those little ornaments there. Added a bead and some lace. And on the spine, I added this extra little trim here just to add some detail. So as we get into the journal, and this just comes completely off. And then here at the bottom, you can also see where I added some coffee filter ruffle and some more of that glass glitter. So as you open it, I made a muslin pocket inside. I had sewn 2 pieces together and just left the flaps longer on one piece of it so that I could create this little flap that closes. And inside of it, I have this little envelope. And most of the ephemera has just some homemade snow. And so inside this little envelope, I have a scrappy little notepad and topped it off with one of the images. And then I have these little shell buttons that I just tied up with some twine here to keep it closed. And so this little image reminded me of my dad. And I just glued it down to this wallpaper piece that I sewed to another wallpaper piece here. And this is just some brown packing paper. And I added a pocket with this little notebook and some washi tape. This was a map from one of the ocean kits. And so I just waxed that and kind of crinkled it up to give it an aged feel. And then here is that same image on the front, and I just made a flip up with it with that old grungy tape. Here's a piece of fabric that I did a little detail stitching on so that I could sew on a little shell and some beads. And then inside of it is this little cookie or candy image there. And then here I printed this image on vellum. There's some coffee dyed paper. This is a piece of a map that I pulled out of a book and just folded up the edges here and made pockets for these cute little bookmark tags. And these can be personalized however you want it. I just backed those with some more brown paper and added some snowy tulle for the tab. And then on each signature, there's 4 in this book, I added some little charms and beads to the centers. And so you can see how much room you have to personalize this, and I think it would be a really good Christmas memory journal or a Christmas planner. Here's a Santa tag with some snow. And I just embellished this one with a little shell, a bead, and a little jingle bell. Here's a little fold over card that I thought would be pretty. And then here's the back side of that map. I wanted to at least put a tiny little picture of my dad in here somewhere, since he was the one that inspired it. And so I just printed out one of his school pictures and added a little snowflake, which I added a lot of snowflakes to different tags in here. I had cut these out with one of my die cuts onto some silver glitter paper, and then I just added some snow on top of that. And so there's a picture of him. So here's some more, a different kind of packing paper that just looked like a net. And so I added that and kind of dry brushed some paint on it. Added this little envelope. So it's just a little card. There's several of these little envelopes throughout the journal. And then here I had a stencil, and I just used some of my glitter paste there. This I made a belly band with another piece of that little lace that I had cut out of that end paper, and this was a piece of wallpaper, and so I just backed it with one of the end pages there and made a bookmark out of it, and so that slides under this little glass glittered Santa. I backed that with wallpaper. See all these really pretty images? They just reminded me of the water. Now this was a piece from a book that I added. Here is a snowy church picture. And then I love this pattern that you can find on the website. It looks like fabric. Here's a beautiful image, and I just made a pocket by gluing it to the next page. And inside of it is this really pretty little wintry tag I added snow to, and a snowflake. And I love this picture of this sailboat and the map image in the faded background. And then here I have some blue beads. This is another piece of wallpaper that just folds out, and it wraps around this page to form a tuck here. And I just have another little scrappy notepad. So lots of room to add things to. Here I just added a piece of lace and all these little tags that I thought would be so pretty with a little bit of snow on them. I love how faded they are and kind of rustic looking. Here's another piece of vellum. That kit also came with these pockets. I sewed mine to the back side and just let it flip over. And inside of it I have this little tag that I embellished a little bit. And then I tucked this little tag here underneath the edge of that, so that then this could tuck in there too. Here's some shells and some more muslin. And then on this side I made a pocket with a piece of wallpaper that looks like water. And then I put this little card, journaling card in here. And this pretty little ocean tag with some cheesecloth. Here's another little tag that folds over the side onto the next page. And then I used this little Santa face as a tuck for these cute little tags. Here's a house image, and I have a pocket here with another snowy tag. And my dad loved birds too, so I tried to incorporate a lot of birds in here with the wintry look to them. And here's that lace pattern that I had cut out for the front frame. This is a piece of coffee dyed paper that I sprinkled cinnamon on just to add a little bit of a good smell. And then here's a map that I found on the website, and also this shell page. And I just glued it to the back of this music cover. And then here is a page that is Journal of a Voyage. So I thought that was really pretty script on there. And inside of this, I have a little starfish with a blue stone and a little pearl bead. And then I just used this little circle here to tuck that closed. There's the other side of that. It's really pretty. This was an embossed little card I had, and so I just covered up the center with this image, and I backed it with this. And then here I have a little boy with some puppies, really cute, with his navy suit on, and inside of it, it's just this cute little Santa tag. And then on this page, I found this really pretty ribbon, and then I topped it with a snowy tulle, and then I added a little sleigh button, and then I had printed out this tag of this black Labrador and added some snow and this little rhinestone piece of ribbon. This was a piece of wallpaper, and I just added the jute to it and a little anchor sticker. And then this was the spine of an old book. It was just what was left, all grungy and kind of rustic looking. So I just thought that would be a really cute little place to tuck this. And it opens up to these little postcards that I added some snow to. And then here's a coffee dyed doily that I tucked this little tag into. Added this pretty ribbon and some snow. And I did secure this side of the doily just to kind of help hold that in there. And then there's this beautiful pattern that has these sailboats in it. I just loved it with the blue. And then these two pages I glued together to make a pocket that holds this cute little notepad here. I just cut it from the shells, cut two of them, and then I cut my paper to match that shape, and just tied them together with some ribbon and added a little charm. And here's that beautiful house image. And I love this red to add some color to it. This page, I just put a little Santa here that you can tuck something under. And then this was one of the book covers. And I just printed two, punched little holes, and added some paper inside that can be used to journal on. And then I just added this little charm. There's another beautiful pattern, coffee dyed paper. On this shell page, I just added a little crocheted pocket here, and these sweet little tags. And then in the center of this one, I have some little red silvery looking beads. And then another little flip out that you can journal behind. And here's another one of these pockets that I added these tags to. And then this is the other side of that envelope that I just put little blue eyelets in and a bow. And then I have this little envelope that has another little card in it. And then you can pull this little flap, and under it is another little scrappy notepad. And so that just tucks back up under there to protect that, and then this slides in there. And so here's another one of those houses, and this one was on cardstock, so I added some snow. And I made a pocket on the back side of it with this little tag. And then here's the other side of that doily that I added these little tags to. And so in this pocket, it opens up to two more of these little envelopes. And they each have two cards in each, one with a sentiment and one without. And those are also accented with snow. And then I thought it would be cute to add a few little coloring pages in here. Here's a snowman. And that just ties back up here. And then I also made this little envelope to have some more little tags. And so that just wraps back around and ties closed. And so that is my project. So I hope y'all have a wonderful holiday season and make as many beautiful memories as you can. And I'll see you next time. God bless.